I'm Cliff, and this is my garage. And today, I've got an update on the situation with GMG Racing. Hey, welcome back to the garage. And if this is your first time joining me, thanks for dropping by. Now, those of you that have seen the first episode, and if you haven't, I'll give you a link up in this corner over here. I purchased a GMG Racing roll bar to put in my 2012 Porsche Cayman for track use. And to say that there were issues would be an understatement. And at the end of the last episode, I was telling you about how I was not getting any kind of response from GMG Racing. And I had just kind of written it off and said, okay, they're going to just ignore me. But then I encountered, or didn't really encounter, there was another problem that I didn't talk about in the last episode. And that was in the center section, the removable part of the roll bar that goes over the engine cover. There was a loose piece of metal or debris or something trapped inside the tubing. And so when you took that center section and you went like this with it, you could hear the thing rattling back and forth and making a bunch of noise. Well, I didn't really talk about it last time because I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Boy, was I wrong. It turns out that under even moderate cornering, that piece would slide back and forth inside that tube and make, well, not a bunch of racket, but enough noise to be irritating. And especially on top of everything else, it really became irksome and was, I guess you'd say, the final straw. And so I contacted GMG Racing once again, and I've been talking to this, I don't want to get into names, but I was talking to this guy, let's call him Jerry. Had been going back and forth with Jerry, and it was Jerry that I was emailing and getting absolutely no response once I purchased the roll bar. So I sent Jerry one more email and said, hey, this is happening now. This is just completely unacceptable. I need you to replace this center section. No response. Didn't hear a thing from him. So I decided to take another tack. And instead of writing directly to Jerry, who was, I think, some kind of a production manager, I wrote directly to the general sales email address of the company. I explained that I had purchased the roll bar from GMG Racing and I was having problems, and I had been working with this guy named Jerry, but since I started having problems, I've been emailing him, I hadn't been hearing back from him, and I said something like, I don't know, maybe Jerry left the company or something. I was trying really hard not to be ugly and confrontational about this. And I got back a response from someone I presume was either the president of the company or someone fairly high up in management, and said, Jerry will respond to you within 5 minutes. And sure enough, there was an email from Jerry. So he starts explaining to me how he can't replace just the center section because every complete roll cage or roll bar is fit together in a jig to hold it in position for a precise matching fit. And I'm thinking, really? I mean, I know that's the way you're supposed to do it, but if you'll refer back to that first video, given the way it went together and the way it very much failed to align on those upper sections, I kind of wonder what went wrong with mine, if that's what you do. Regardless, Jerry said, well, he'd have to replace the entire bar. Okay. That is what I really did not want to do, especially having to pull out the rear strut tower mounts, because those are, as you saw in the other video, they're a giant pain in the butt to get those covers out because you got to disassemble half of the back of the car. Yes, that's an exaggeration, but it is a major pain in the neck. So, okay, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait. Okay, like 3 weeks. I'm like, Okay, are you going to do something? So I emailed Jerry again. I say, dude, oh, okay, well, we'll put one into powder coating, and when you return the other one, we'll ship it to you. A, why have you left me hanging here for 3 weeks, not telling me that's what you wanted to do? And B, are you kidding me? You guys are the ones that screwed up this bar. Now you want me to remove it, ship it back to you, sit around, wait for you to send me another one. In the meantime, I don't have use of the bar. I have multiple track days planned. You know, this is really, really getting on my nerves now. And so I wrote back and said, no, that's not acceptable. You know, I don't want to go without this thing. And so he writes you back and said, well, then you're just going to have to buy another one, and then we'll give you a refund when you return the first one. Oh, my goodness. This is just not the way you treat a customer that you gave a defective part. You don't make the customer jump through hoops having to shell out $3,000 for a new one so that you can refund it. And, you know, at this point, to be honest, I don't have a firm basis to say this, but I sure as heck don't trust them. At this point, I fully expect to get the runaround on getting a refund. It may not be true, but that's the way I feel. And I don't want to deal with that crap. Okay, so at this point, I've just decided, forget it. You know, I'm just going to go find some other roll bar, I guess, to install. I've got a couple ideas how maybe I can fix this one. I'm talking with, I don't want to say who, but I am talking with someone about trying to get this one to a better place where it's not so screwed up. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on what has been, I thinking, the final resolution of this situation, which is basically, I'm not real happy. And so take it for what it's worth. I mean, it is certainly possible that I'm a very odd one-off situation and that they're fantastic with all their other customers but me. I don't know how that happens. I suppose it's possible. I don't think so. So, anyhow, that's the update. I think we're resolved. I'm done with GMG. Don't want to deal with them anymore. That's it. Now, before you go down there, find that thumbs up button. Give me a like on the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we're closing in on that 5,000 subscriber mark. I'm pretty excited about that. If you haven't become a subscriber yet, please go down there, find that big red subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Remember, it doesn't cost a thing. It's not the same as joining a channel. This is just subscribing, letting YouTube know that you are enjoying the content on this channel. And that helps with growing the channel and getting me to, or enabling me to generate more content. And finally, if you want to keep up with everything going on here in the garage, including all the upgrades to Project 987.2, other things I'm working on in the garage, various projects, just whatever I'm working on, go down there, find that bell icon and give that a click. That turns on notifications for this channel, and that way YouTube will let you know every time that I post something new from here in Cliff's Garage. I'll see you next time.